Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are solving Leetcode problem number 33, that is search in rotated sorted array. So I'm going to explain this question in short. So here we have an integer array called nums, and also we have an integer called target. So basically what we have to do, we have to find this target inside this nums. But there is a little trick over here. That we have to find this target inside this nums, but this nums is been rotated by k times. Okay, so we also have k that is greater than equals to 1 and less than equals to nums of length. Okay, so this array has been rotated by k times and we have to find target inside this array. So basically what the brute force solution that comes in our mind is to go through by linear search, right? So in linear search what we do, we basically search element by element, and at that moment we get that specific number, that particular number inside our nums, which is equals to target. So we're going to return the index of it. Okay, or also I want to mention one more point, that if we'll not get our target inside our nums, so we have to return -1. So if we are going to apply a linear search inside this nums, so basically the time complexity of it is big O of n. But here it is mentioned that we have to solve this problem by big O of log n runtime complexity, right? So I'm pretty sure that you guys have already tried to apply a binary search, right? And you get an error. So why you get those error? We know that we have, if we're going to search in sorted array, so we have to apply a binary search. It means it clicks first, right? But why we did wrong, why we get a wrong answer? So basically if we're going to apply a binary search, right? For example, if we have low and then mid, okay, sorry, high, and then we have mid, right? So by applying simply a binary search, what we do, we're going to compare this number mid value with target value. Now in this case my mid value is greater than target value, so we know that if it is greater than target value, so we have to move toward left side, right? So in simple binary search, what we do, we're going to move our pointer toward left side, and we're going to move our mid toward left side, right? So we know that if we're going to search in this part, I'm sure that we're not going to find a target value, right? Means, and also if we are searching or if we are applying a simple binary search, what we did actually, we have already excluded this part, right? We have already eliminated, we are not considering this part, right? Means we are not going to move our pointer toward right hand side, right? We're not going to do this. So that is why I'm sure that we're not going to get our answer in this part, and here we get the wrong answer. So if you're applying a simply binary search, so this is the reason why you get a wrong answer, right? So what we have to do, then, right? So yes, we know that this is an sorted array, right? So we have to apply a binary search. So we have low, then mid, sorry, then high, and then we have mid, right? And we definitely going to compare our mid value to target, right? But this time I'm going to put some condition, because we are going to search our sorted array first of all, that whether this part is sorted or this part is sorted. So we're going to first search that which part is sorted, and then we're going to apply a binary search. So what we're going to do to find the sorted array, for that we're going to put some condition, right? So to find whether the left part is sorted, what we're going to do, I'm going to write here condition for left part, okay, and then for the right part. So to get a left part sorted, we're going to apply some condition. First of all, we're going to check that whether my low is less than mid. if my low or equals to, you can take, if my low is less than mid, I'm going to put check first this condition, right? If it is, means we come to know, yes, this part is basically sorted, right? And then I'm going to search that whether my target is exist in this part or not, means we're going to check that whether my low is less than equals to target and my target is less than mid, right? If my target going to be exist in this part, then only I'm going to move my pointers. And if it is not, for example, if my left condition is left side is not sorted, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my left pointer to the right hand side, right? Why? Because we come to know that our left side means our left side is not sorted, right? Means we'll definitely not going to find our target in left side, right? So in that case, we're going to move our left pointer toward right hand side, right? Now, for the right hand condition, what we're going to do, we're going to apply, basically everything is going to be same, right? We're going to check in this part, right? Whether my mid is less than equals to high, right? If it is, so I'm going to apply one more condition, that whether my mid is less than my target and my target is going to be less than my high, right? If it is, then we'll come to know that yes, my target going to be exist in this part. And also, if this condition is wrong, then what we're going to do, we're going to move our high pointer toward left hand side, right? So I'm also going to mention that if this condition is wrong, for example, if my left condition is wrong, so I'm going to move my low pointer toward right hand side, right? And if my right hand condition is wrong, so what I'm going to do, basically I'm going to move my high pointer toward left hand side, right? So now let's take an example, that if my target is low, if my target is 0, so basically what we are going to do here, we are going to apply the same thing what I have earlier explained you, that I'm going to take a low and then I'm going to take a high and then we're going to get a mid value, right? Now let's compare our mid value to target value, that yes, my mid value is greater than target value, means definitely we have to go in left hand side, right? So before moving left hand side, we know that we're going to put some condition, that whether my left is less than mid. So in this case, my left is 4 and my mid is 7. So yes, this condition is true. Now we're going to put one more condition, that whether my left is less than equals to target and my target is less than mid. So in this case, I know that my left is 4, right? And my target is 0, which is definitely not equals to, right? Means in this case, we get a wrong condition, right? So I have already explained that if my condition is getting wrong, so what we are going to do, we're going to move our left pointer, right? Because we know that the left side, if I'm talking about why we are not going in left side, that if our left side condition is wrong, right, means we are sure that we're definitely not going to find a target in this part, right? So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my left pointer toward mid plus 1th position, right? And now I'm going to find the mid, right, which is going to be 1, and then we're going to apply the same condition, right? So I'm going to check that whether my mid value, that is 1, which is greater than or equals to or less than my target, right? So in this case, my mid value is greater than target, right? So we know that if my mid value is greater than target, means we are sure that we have to move toward left hand side. So before moving left hand side, we're going to put one more condition, we're going to put some condition, right? That is left is less than mid. So in this case, yes, my left is less than mid, right? Because my left is 0 and mid is 1. Now we're going to put one more condition, that whether my left is less than equals to mid, which not mid, left is less than equals to target and my target is less than high, right? Mid, right? We are searching in this part. Okay, so my left is 0, right? And my target is less than equals to what is target, right? 0. So yes, which is definitely going to be less than 1, means this condition is true. If this condition is true, now what we have to do, we have to move our high pointer toward left hand side, which is going to be this, right? And now we're going to find mid. Basically mid is 0. So now if I'm going to check whether my mid is equals to target, so yes, my mid is equals to target, and here we have to return mid. Okay, so this is how we have to solve. So I'm going to take one more condition, that if my target is 5, then what we are going to do. So now we're going to do the same, that low and then high, and then we're going to find mid. Okay, so before moving our pointers, we're going to check some conditions, right? So we know that we're going to compare our mid value to target. So my mid value is 7, which is definitely greater than 5. So we know that if it is greater than 5, then we have to move toward left hand side, right? So before moving our pointers, we're going to put some conditions, because we are going to move in left hand side. So I'm going to check my condition of left side, right? So if my left is less than mid, so if I'm going to check in this case, so 4, which is definitely going to be less than 7, right? So this condition is true. Now we're going to we're going to put one more condition, that is low is less than target, and my target is going to be less than mid. So in this condition, less than equals to, and in this condition my low is 4, right? And my target is less than equals to 5, which is going to be less than 7, right? So yes, this condition is also true, means yes, we're going to move our pointer, our high pointer, right, to mid minus 1th place. So we're going to move our high pointer in mid minus 1th place, or also I'm going to put my mid, right? I'm going to calculate the mid of these two numbers, and we're going to get a mid, which is going to be 5. Okay, and now I'm going to compare again whether my 5 or my mid value is equals to, greater than, or less than target, which is equals to target. So what we are going to do, we are going to return our mid, right, which is our going to be answer. So this question is pretty intuitive, but yes, interesting too, right? So let's go and see what the coding part look like. So first of all, I'm going to take an integer, that is n is going to be our len of nums, right? And then I'm going to put my pointers, that is low or high, which is 0 or n minus 1, right? And now I'm just going to simply applying binary search, that is until my uh, low is less than equals to high. What we're gonna do, we're gonna we are going to find mid value, right? So mid equals to, that is low plus high, floor division by 2, right? So now what we are going to do, we're going to put some condition. So before putting some condition, I'm going to write, like, if we're going to get that value, we're going to return it, right? So if nums of mid equals to target, if it is, then what we're going to do, we're going to return mid, right? And now we're going to put some condition. So now first of all, I'm going to put condition for the left hand side, right? So if nums of low going to be less than equals to nums of mid, right? Because this condition is for left hand side, right? So we are checking in left hand side. And now we're going to put one more condition, right, whether my target is exist in that part or not. So let's write that condition also. So if nums of low, which is going to be less than equals to target, right, and my target is also going to less than nums of mid. Okay, so in this condition, what we're going to do, we're going to move our high pointer. So high equals to mid minus 1, right? Okay, now if this condition is false, then I told you, right, that if this condition is wrong, then what we're going to do, we're going to move our low pointer. Okay, we're going to put our low pointer toward right hand side, right? So we're going to put our low pointer to mid plus 1. Okay, now let's check for the right hand side condition. So I'm taking an else. Okay, and now let's check that if nums of mid, right, if nums of mid is less than my target, and the target gonna be less than equals to nums of high, right? What we are checking? We are checking in right hand side, right? Okay. So in this case, what we have to do? We have to move our low pointer, right? We have to move our low pointer to mid minus 1. And if this condition is not true, I mean this condition is false, so what we have to do? We have to move our high pointer. Okay, right? HIGH. Okay, that is going to be mid minus 1. And if any case we'll not get that number, or that number is not present in our nums, so we have to return minus 1, right? So this is how our code look like, and let's run this code. It has been submitted. Okay, accepted. Let's submit this. Here it is submitted.